Live from JMT Studios, Gary Seisel and Adam Buckingham are the Two Jersey Kids.
What is up, y'all? Two Jersey Kids is back in your ear holes right now. I am one of your hosts, Adam Buckingham, alongside the best stick handler in the business, Gary Seisel. How you doing, my good friend?
I am doing very well. I'm actually much more energized for this episode. I managed to blow through a lot of work this past weekend. Just kind of like just went at it.
The weight lifted off your shoulders. You feel like a moon man. You're about to float up into space because of all the weight that's been lifted off. That's how gravity works, right?
Indeed. No, seriously. Last week, we had obviously our Friday episode was kind of a interesting episode. I was kind of knocked off my rhythm on multiple occasions.
Yeah, you threw me off. Even though there was an interesting tidbit, I don't know if you listened back to the podcast, where I was by myself just rambling about you leaving and then talking to your father and asking to buy Bud Light. I was so close to getting on point. I said Bud Light, but you said Miller. I was like, shit!
Yeah, well, the beer was kind of warm, but these guys on my team are pretty much alcoholics, so it didn't really matter to them.
From what it sounds like, I'm sure they'll take any type of beer. You can give them Natty Light, and they'll be fine.
Actually, probably. Speaking of the game, I play defense. I switched to defense now, so the goals aren't going to come as frequent as before. Not that they were. But I had 2 assists, and I was +4 in a 7-2 win. I wasn't even out there for a goal against.
Hey.
So
+4, you're getting close to +7. Since you're on defense now, you got to get the +7.
I got to be out there
for
the every goal number possible.
Yeah.
Yes, sir.
But good job. Way to get did you get the win, though? Did you win?
Oh, yeah, 7-2 win, yeah.
Nice. I don't know if I heard you. I may have blanked out. But if you guys didn't know, this is Two Jersey Kids. We release 2 episodes each week. One this Tuesday episode that's in your ear holes right now. That's where it's a shorter episode, maybe about like 20 to 30 minutes, where we break down all the games that are coming out this week, thanks to Video Game 24/7, where they release a list, and then I go through and compile summaries on different sites and such that you'll be able to see on twojerseykids.com, where I actually release the full list and with gameplay links afterwards. But that is our Tuesday episode, and then we also, just so you know, have a Friday episode where we go through the news that's going on in the video game industry and give you our genius opinions, or our opinions about it. But that's basically about it. If you're a continued listener, thank you so much. We appreciate you so much. We love you. We love you so much. And if you're a new listener, please hit that subscribe button if you really enjoy our witty banter.
Witty.
That's a word for it, right? But shall we get into it, Gare Bear?
I think we shall.
We shall. Coming out Monday, December 12th, only one game that I saw on the list is Bastion, coming to Xbox One. Discover the secrets of the calamity, a surreal catastrophe. Off to a real good start. Surreal.
Oh, God damn it.
Say it, damn it.
Come on, man. Catastrophe.
Catastrophe. For some reason, my brain's not working. It's late. A surreal catastrophe that shattered the world to pieces. I was more thinking about what I was going to say about this game, because I've played Bastion on PS4 and it's also on Vita. But Bastion's a great game. It came out originally on the Xbox Live Arcade. That was like the first downloadable, quote-unquote, downloadable game that really was just a phenomenal game that sort of blew people away. They didn't expect downloadable games to be like this certain amazing game with amazing gameplay, because at that time, downloadable games had like a certain stigma that like free-to-play games have now. So if you have Xbox One, please check. You definitely should check out Bastion for Xbox One. And Gary, since you have PS4, you should check out Bastion on PS4. It's a fantastic isometric top-down where it's basically like you go around. It's a fantastic story done by a brilliant narrator, great voice acting, pretty funny. It's isometric. You go to different portions of maps, I believe, and you basically you're like rolling around fighting enemies with like bows and different weapons, and you can upgrade the weapons through the time trials and certain skill challenges. It's a fantastic game. I highly recommend it. I don't know if I sold you on it. Did I sell you on it?
No, actually, it looks pretty interesting in the trailer. Looks clean, polished. Looks actually like fun too, a fun gameplay.
It's a fun game. I stuttered really bad there. Sorry. Bridge Constructor coming to PS4. Becoming a praised bridge engineer and architect in Bridge Constructor. Create and design your own construction and watch the vehicles pass over them or see them fall and crash while your inferior creations collapse due to the laws of physics. Pretty good. But it's classic Bridge Constructor. Also, we started this last week. We started doing over-unders on Metacritic review scores, and right now we have it set at 68. Based on what you're seeing, what do you think, Gary? Do you think it's going to get an over? What are you seeing from the videos?
As much as I value simplistic gaming, I'm going to say it's going to fall underneath 68, around maybe 60, somewhere around there.
Damn. I'm going to say over because you can never get enough of bridge constructors, in my opinion. I am an engineer, and I sort of enjoy that stuff. So I feel like you can get above a 68 because you can do it draws out the creative side of you, and then it also helps you learn. So learning's fun, right?
I say you just move on.
Okay. Drive, Drive, Drive! Drive, Drive, Drive is a racing game unlike any other, where players must drive their cars to victory across multiple tracks at the same time. To place well in every track that you're racing, you're going to have to hop track to track on a regular basis. I have no idea how that works. The trailer doesn't really explain it. It's very psychedelic looking. I like the art style to it. We have an over-under of 70. What are you thinking of this game, Gary, of what you're seeing so far?
I was watching this trailer actually a few minutes ago. It does look really strange. Like it's not like really any racing game I've seen. Not a lot of there's not a ton of gameplay footage, but I'm gonna say again, following this little theme I've made for myself, I'm gonna say under 70.
Yeah, I feel like it would be. I'm gonna go with under 70. I don't know. It's these racing games. Sometimes they just don't hit, especially if there's a mismatch of different styles to it, and if they don't perfect the racing mechanics, which if the racing mechanics are awful, that just destroys a racing game in general, obviously. But yeah, you read now, Gary.
Okay, I was actually going to ask you the how you pronounce the title of this. I think it might be Feist, but we got off on a tangent before this podcast started recording. But anyway, Feist coming out to PS4. Feist is a multi-award-winning, beautifully handcrafted action game. It follows the story of a fragile little fur creature and its desperate attempt to rescue its mate from the clutches of a pack of malicious predators. The over-under for this game is 80, a high score if in comparison to these other games. Adam, what do you think this one's going to be?
Well, I think it's going to be over. I had to put it high because right there in the description, it's a multi-award winning, beautifully handcrafted action game. You look at it, it kind of looks like the iOS game Badlands. And I've seen multiple YouTubers playing this game, and I've heard it looks really interesting. Honestly, it looks like a side-scrolling platformer mixed with some action to it. Is it called an action platformer? Because that would make sense. Why? No, it just calls it an action game. But it's definitely. It looks like I like the art style. It looks like it could be a fun game. It may tell an interesting story too. I didn't get much of the story bits because I had to watch it on mute because I was watching it during a time I probably shouldn't have been. But yeah.
Yeah, I thought this game definitely had, like you were saying before, like a psychedelic type of feel to it. Very different looking art style wise, but. Oh boy! But anyway, yeah, I'm gonna go with you on this one too. Over 80. Obviously, the multi-award-winning kind of biases or skews my judgment a little bit, but yeah, over 80. What the hell? Anyway, moving onward into Her Majesty's Spiffing, coming up to PS4. Assuming command of the near-futuristic spaceship HMSS Imperialize and her crew, you will venture into the cosmos, solving puzzles, engaging in witty banter, deal with crippling claustrophobia, gradually succumb to the sustained exposure of cosmic radiation, and so on. All for Queen and Country. I was actually looking at this. It looks like a pretty funny type of game.
It looks really goofy. The design of it is very quirky looking. I kind of like it.
Cartoonish.
Yeah.
But anyway, I was going to say the over-under for this game is a 75.
Mm-hmm.
What do you think is going to happen here?
I think from what I was seeing when I was getting the video from the Steam looking at videos there, it was overwhelmingly not overwhelmingly. It was a positive view on this game. So I think it looks like it's kind of like I don't know. I feel like it could be witty and funny based on the art style. I'm not I don't really know what type of game this is. I don't know if it's like an adventure game. That's what I get. And then I see like going frame by frame from different portions of the trailer. I get more first person vibes. So I have no idea what type of the game this is. But based on what I'm seeing and from the humor that I heard earlier, I'm gonna say I think it's around a 75. I would say over. I'm gonna say over.
Okay. Yeah, just for the hell of it, I'm gonna go under 75. I think
it'd be contradictory. You piece.
Yeah, what
piece
the hell?
Of crap.
I mean, I think that it does look funny, but like you said, I didn't get a real gist of what the game was actually about when I looked at the trailer. I mean, it just was funny. That's all it was, but I don't know what it really deals with. So, anyway, under 75.
Just FYI, we are going off these bases just from what we're seeing, what we're reading, and that's it. That's all we're going off of. No other bases.
Scientifically proven.
Science.
Anyway, I have a very cheery title coming up for you, and it is I Expect You to Die, coming out to PSVR. I Expect You to Die is a virtual reality puzzle game that places you in the well-polished shoes of an elite secret agent. You must attempt to survive deadly situations in immersive and dangerous locales. Complete each operation using problem-solving skills and wits. And the power of telekinesis that all our agents are equipped with. It looks really cool, actually. I mean, at least from virtual reality, it looks very realistic. I don't know how to. I guess that's kind of a lame word, but it looks pretty interesting to say the least. I kind of like these mysterious type of like figure things out sort of games.
Yeah, it reminds me of just FYI that over under we have right now is at 75. The developer is Shell Games. I think it's their first really big title on the console market. I looked at their games. It looked like they had very small, more iOS random computer games, but. It reminds me of the Keep Talking and Nobody Explodes VR game that I've seen people play, where the person has basically a bomb and they're trying to fuse it with other people. This looks like more of a single player kind of version of that, where one scenario with somebody sitting in the car opens up a glove box and there's dynamite in there. You have to figure out using VR, trying to figure out how to get the dynamite out of the car. I guess rolling down the window, throwing it out, or basically, I guess that. And there's different scenarios that I was seeing throughout the gameplay trailer. So over under 75, I feel like if they utilize VR properly and people get enough kick out of it, due to the VR nature and there's not that many games on VR, I feel like it could definitely get an over of 75. I think it's going to be very close, but I think it's over.
All right. Well, you said Shell Games was relatively new to the gaming industry, so I'm going to say under. I think that a lot of times with these new studios, their first game is never, or at least their first game, I guess, on a new system, in this case, PSVR, it has a tendency to maybe fall flat of expectations, not really be as polished as a company that's been there before. So I'm going to say under 75. I do like the way the game looks. It looks interesting, but at the same time, like I said, new studio or early, smaller studio might not live up to expectations.
I get the read now. Yay! Moving on. The Little Acre coming to PS4, PC, Xbox One. The Little Acre follows the story of Aiden and his daughter Lily, set in 1980s Ireland. After discovering clues as to the whereabouts of his missing father, Aiden begins investigating until he inadvertently finds himself transported to a strange new world. I had a mix of accents on that read. I don't know why, but the over-under for this game is 68, and the dev is Putrid Game Studios.
This game, I feel like I would have to do acid to be able to come up with the craziness that is this game. I mean, I'm just looking at a still. I just paused mid-trailer at a character, and he looks just fucking crazy. But anyway,
it's definitely an adventure game. I can tell you that much.
It's something.
It is something.
I'm going to take a shot in the dark, okay? And I'm going to say that this goes above a 68. A 68 is low, after all. So I'll say maybe it's somewhere in the 70, 75 range it'll place in the end.
I don't know. I've never been a big adventure fan. And I guess it looks good, but I don't know how it's going to play, and it just, I want to say under, honestly. I don't feel these games, they never are up my alley, so that's why I would say under. Pure biased opinion on that. Just so you know. But moving on. Perfect. Coming to PS4 and then PC on December 16th. Perfect is a virtual reality escapism at its purest. Leave behind daily grind and slip away to beautiful, relaxing locations made possible through VR. Visit several stunning and interactive destinations. Ooh. From sun-drenched beaches and peaceful mountains to spectacular northern lights. Instantly accessible yet endlessly captivating. The confusing thing is, on both Video Game 24/7 and PSN The Drop, it says it's coming out for PlayStation 4, but not PSVR, which is kind of confusing. 2, I don't know how you consider this a game, and it being released, but I guess it's coming out on game consoles, so that's the really confusing thing. And right now we have it at over-under of 60. I have my opinion, but Gary, you seem like you want to say something.
The trailer's awesome. In my opinion, I just think that the scenery is amazing. But again, it's not really a game in the sense that I don't really think you're accomplishing anything. You're kind of just
in there.
You're kind of just there exploring different things. I mean, it looks amazing. The game just looks
does
awesome. But yeah,
will it look that good under a headset? I don't know.
Yeah. Over under of 60. Well, I'm going to say below 60. I think that, for a lot of people, the idea of doing a virtual reality that's relaxing, that's cool and all, but I think that if you're going to buy something, especially it's supposed to be a game, there's not really much that this game or this whatever this is offers. So I want to say below a 60.
Yeah, maybe if this is like a very cheap title on VR, but not. I doubt they would charge $60. I would hope for this. So I would definitely go under because I don't feel like it's a game, and I don't know if it's going to resonate with people in general. So I just going to go under. But that's just me. Moving on to a game that many people know from the PC community, Stardew Valley, coming to PS4 and Xbox One. Did we mention the date? Yeah, we're on Tuesday, December 13th, FYI. Sorry, guys. You inherited your grandfather's old farm plot in Stardew Valley. Armed with hand-me-down tools and a few coins, you set out to begin your new life. Can you learn to live off the land and these overgrown fields into a thriving home? Right now, we have this over-under set at 82 because I know so many people love this game that was developed by developer Concerned Ape. I think this is his first title. I guess it's an indie game. First developed by this. First game developed by this Concerned Ape. So, but I guess it's a pretty good starting point because I've been hearing amazing things about this sort of farming simulator mixed with dating sim mixed with RPG elements. I know, Gary, looking at this game for you stated earlier before recording that you were interested in this game.
Yeah, it kind of caught me off guard, mostly because a lot of these indie games don't necessarily pique my interest ever. But this one, though, I don't know. I've always had a big thing about...
I'm shaking my head right now because you can't really hear me shaking my head. I'm shaking my head about what he just stated.
Of course. No, but this game looks pretty cool. I always like... I don't know. I'm a sucker for like having like these simulations where I start from the very beginning and build up myself or build whatever it is.
Like from the bottom, now we hear. Nope.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Like I've always been a fan of city builders and stuff like this. Not that this is a city builder, but this game looks interesting. The trailer was, well done, piqued my interest. Not to mention the music was pretty awesome. So I'm gonna say over 82. I mean, obviously I'm interested in it, so it kind of bias. It's kind of a bias, obviously, but yeah. I mean, apparently people in the PC community are a huge fan of the game, so I'm going to say over 82.
Yeah. I can't really. I'm just gonna reiterate your statements. I feel like it looks amazing. I heard good things from the PC community. It looks like it has an addicting hook to it. So yeah, I'm gonna go over because I know people have been loving it. But Gary, you got the next game, next 3 actually.
Roger. Okay, so we're starting.
Don't forget, like me, to mention the days because I shat the bed hard.
I got that covered. Anyway, moving on to Trove, coming out to PS4 and also Xbox One. So on Xbox, it releases December 12th, which is the day of this recording. Yesterday, if you're listening today, on Tuesday. Anyway.
Paradoxical!
Some info on the game. Grab your friends and set off for adventure in this free-to-play, voxel-based action MMO. Whether you want to battle deadly monsters, explore wild realms, build new worlds, or just show off your style, Trove's got you covered. The over-under for this is 76. I was looking at the trailer, actually, before we got on. For once, I was actually able to really glance at all these trailers quickly. It kind of reminded me, correct me if I'm wrong, kind of like a Minecraft-y type of graphic style.
Yeah, but I believe it's slightly different because, one, you're in a third-person view, and I feel like the blocks are somewhat smaller, maybe just from the view. But it's like an MMO, but you do create stuff in this game. I don't know. I've seen people play it online. It looks kind of fascinating. The developers Tryon Worlds, they've created other MMOs like Rift and Defiance. Defiance, the MMO based on a sci-fi show that sort of failed. But I heard good things about Rift and the Defiance, honestly, for MMO. And I've heard pretty decent things about Trove. That on Steam, people seem to enjoy it. For a free-to-play MMO, they've been liking it. So I don't know. Over under of 76. I feel like it's going to be right around there for a free-to-play MMO. I want to say under just because I feel like it'll slightly get to maybe 74, 75. But I wouldn't be surprised if it's over. If people really enjoy it, pick it up on console.
Yeah, you know what? I'm going to say over. I was originally going to say under, but I'm not going to let the fact that I'm not really too interested in this game get in the way. So I want to say over. I'm going to say a lot of people are into this.
Way to be not biased like me.
There you go. I'm going to say over. Over 76. This game is successful. People really like it. And yeah. Cool. Groovy. Cool. Okay. Moving
Quality
on.
discussion here, folks. Can't get it anywhere else.
Moving on. Onto Wednesday, December 16th. So first off is, this should be interesting. Guilty Gear Zerd. I'm not sure if it's
December 14th, FYI. It's fucked up on the...
Oh, God damn it. All right. Wednesday, December 14th. Okay, so first up is Guilty Gear. Now, how the hell? Is it Zerd, like xylophone? Like the Z, or the X is a Z? Okay,
sure.
Whatever. So, it's coming out to PC. Astonishing 3D cell animations and overwhelming content volume, the next generation fighting game, Guilty Gear Zerd Revelator, is now out on Steam. Total cast of 23 unique characters and tons of game modes. Get ready to rock! Yeah. And the over-under for this game is, of course, 70 Van.
Why is that of course?
I don't know. I just thought I'd say it for no reason. But yeah, I was looking at this game. Don't know what the fuck it's about.
It's a fighting game because it's Guilty Gear. It's a classic fighting game. I couldn't find... Well, I probably could find gameplay trailer, but I was going off the first thing I kind of found. The trailer that was given for this game on PC.
Right,
I know Guilty Gear has normally done well games, so I feel like it could be over because people in the fighting community have been enjoying Guilty Gear. However, I need to check it, see if these are the developers that normally develop the Guilty Gear games. Keep going, Gary. Talk.
All right. Well, anyway, I was going to say I thought that it's probably going to be over. Like you said, there's a very large group of people that actually like these fighting games. I mean, I'm not really familiar with the series. I'm not really familiar that much with fighting games for that matter. But 71 again is low, so I'm going to say it's going to do better than 71, and it's going to be popular.
Yeah, I'm going to go with you on the over, and I feel like it's definitely going to be over. It's made by developer Arc System Works, who have done other Guilty Gear games, also Blaze Blue games that have been performed pretty decently overall with the community and critics. So I feel like it's definitely going to be over. There's a niche fan base for Guilty Gear games. But move on, Gary.
Okay, so Thursday, December 15th. First up is a game we've actually discussed in previous episodes of this podcast, Super Mario Run.
It's finally coming out, folks. You can not pay attention at work and just look at your phone. I mean, I'm sure people do that already.
Yeah, not different than usual for a lot of people. But anyway, coming out to iOS, a new kind of Mario game that you can play with one hand. In this game, Mario constantly moves forward through the courses while you use a variety of jumps to navigate. Mario will behave differently depending on the timing of your taps, so it's up to you to show off particularly smooth moves, gather coins, and reach the goal. The over-under for this is 80, which is high. Okay, so I don't know.
Hold on. Stop the phone. I feel like we have an article that sort of applies to this. It's been reported that apparently Super Mario Run requires always online. There's an article, I think it's an opinion article, based on Ben Chuera from Polygon saying Nintendo is ruining Super Mario Run with its online requirement. Look at this, folk. You get extra tidbit. This is like what you get on Friday, but mixed in with Tuesday. Mind blown. There's a paradoxical time warp forming in my corner of my apartment. The best aspect of smartphone gaming is that you don't have to think about it. You're playing games on a device that you already have with you. If you're stuck out in the real world and you get bored, you can take your device and play it a quick game, whatever. This has always been a draw of Nintendo's portables in general, and Super Mario Run is the first mobile Nintendo game that doesn't even require a discrete piece of hardware outside of what you're used to always carrying. That pleasantly thoughtless aspect of portable gaming has been removed from Super Mario Run, however, and it all comes down to the fact it has to be online to function. That's pretty crazy.
And with that, I'm going to say it's going to be under 80. Always online sucks. It sucks just about for everybody because you're not always online. Not to mention, there's some games obviously I like on like my phone, iOS, but I've just never been much of a mobile type of gamer like that. So I'm going to say under 80. The online, always online factor kind of brings it down significantly for a lot of people, pisses a lot of people off. So what do you think?
But to continue, Julia Alexandria also at Polygon wrote that Miyamoto told Mashable the main reason they decided to not make the game available to play offline is because of security concerns. Super Mario Run marks the first time Nintendo is releasing a Mario game on a platform that isn't a Nintendo-owned console, and executives wanted to ensure that their code couldn't be stolen by pirates. Quote, "For us, we view our software as being a very important asset for us." Okay, end quote, Miyamoto said. Quote, "And also for consumers who are purchasing the game, we want to make sure that we're able to offer it to them in a way that software is secure and that they're able to play it in a stable environment. This is something that we want to continue to work on as we continue to develop the game." End quote. I'm not that tech savvy, but for some reason I feel like always online makes it less secure. But that's just me. That's just my thought when it comes to that. I don't know. I don't know all the tech behind it. I honestly not that smart to understand why always online. I guess they can quickly implement patches and security for security bug purposes to keep the game running smoothly and securely. But I feel like the whole always online is definitely a negative stigma to the game, and I don't know. But that again, the always online, does that really separate? You have to separate the always online versus the game itself. And playing the game while it's online, I feel like it's a Nintendo-made game. They put so much effort into this game. I'm assuming it's their character, it's Mario, it's the stable of Nintendo that they put probably blood, sweat, and tears into this game. So I think they made a great game, and I think it's over 80. However, I don't know how well it's going to do, how well people are going to receive the fact that it's always online, especially the fact that sometimes when you're just chilling, you don't have a network connection, and no one wants to use cellular data for these games unless it's Pokemon Go, obviously.
Precisely. Okay.
But move on, Gary.
On to everybody's favorite sports game, Don Bradman Cricket 17, coming out to PS4 and Xbox One. Don Bradman Cricket 17 brings a new revolutionary control system, delivering the best batting, bowling, and fielding experience by providing you an even greater level of variety and precision of play. Motion captured. Who wouldn't be? Motion captured first-class cricketers, including female cricketers or cricketers, for the first time in all game modes. Now, this over/under is 66. The developer is Big Ant Studios, and obviously the other games that this studio has created are Don Bradman Cricket, obviously, because that's what they're making now. Casey Powell Lacrosse 16 and World of Outlaws Sprint Cars. Quite a resume. Quite a resume. For me personally, I'm going to say under 66 because I don't give a damn about cricket, frankly.
It could play very smoothly, and it could be the darling gem of...
Will this be the game that turns me into a diehard cricket fan? I don't know.
When I was in Sydney, Australia, I actually got to see a cricket game. I understood some things that were going on because there was a tour guide that was explaining what was happening. But other than that...
Was it lit?
It was... You just say that?
Yes.
Oh, my God, Gary, just leave. Just walk out and leave the podcast right now. I had somewhat of an idea. The score got to, like, crazy numbers. It was, like, in the 200s. I'm like, how does this happen? What is going on? But I'll accept it. It looks insane. But... I don't know. I feel like it's got to be an over 66. I mean, their past games haven't done that well. The lacrosse game and World of Outlaws Sprint Cars. However, the previous Don Bradham cricket game I saw did get like a 70-some, like 71 on Metacritic. So maybe they're in an upward direction and they're building on their previous game. However, I could be completely wrong.
You're just paying for updated rosters. Yeah, I played this game many times before.
Yeah, you played. Okay, I'm just going to move on to the next one and read it. Fat City VR coming to PSVR. In this action puzzler spread throughout the 5 boroughs of New York City, players will use their cunning and brain power to plan raids and execute getaways to pull in the big bucks in the city that never sleeps. The over-under for this game is 59. The reason being is that it was developed by Heavy Iron Studios that developed Disney and Pixar games along with a certain SpongeBob game and a Family Guy game that didn't really do too well on Metacritic. But who knows? Maybe they're branching out from licensed games, and maybe this will turn out well. I don't know. Gary, what are you seeing with the whole gameplay and everything of Fat City?
I just don't think it looks that interesting, personally, from a gameplay perspective. Like, the video I watched on YouTube, anyway, it just doesn't really seem appealing to me. I don't know. That's just me, personally. But normally I wouldn't do this, but I'm going to actually say it's actually going to place below a 59.
Damn!
But,
oh, shit!
I think it's going to be very average, if that. And, Heavy Iron it's going to be disappointing, folks. Don't do it. Don't do it!
Don't. I honestly don't know how this is a VR game.
Yeah, I was just going to say that. I mean,
am I looking at the wrong thing? What am I looking at?
No, I think you're right, dude. It's pretty weird. I don't know how it's going to be a VR experience.
Yeah. All right. Well, it can't be under the 59.
It just looks so bland. Like, I
don't
see anything that doesn't
really
catches my eye. You know.
It looks like I'm going to say under 2. It looks really bland, and there's a tile of somebody running away from, like, little waves signifying cops, and it doesn't look... I don't understand the puzzles that are happening. There's some, I guess, RPG or token or skill acquiring. I don't understand it. It doesn't look too that appealing, but maybe this will be the Don Bradham Cricket 17 number 2, the second version of it. Yeah, I made that. That was very convoluted.
To sum up my thoughts in this game, I'm gonna. There's one commenter on this video that you chose. The guy's name is, of course, Multi-Tarded, and I pretty much agree with what he says. Kind of different, I guess. It's got that ... That's exactly how I think, and that was actually a year ago that he posted that, which is very interesting. But yeah, Multi-Tarded, you're the man. I agree. Wherever you are.
listening to this podcast now for sure. I'm sure.
I'm gonna reach out to him.
Okay. Yeah, you do that. I'm sure it'll go well.
Well,
Moving on. Magnet Night coming to PS4. Magnet Night is a competitive local multiplayer game. Each knight has the ability to magnetize on the walls, and the knights can attack each other with swords, arrows, and the mighty hammer, among others. Not the best write-up to explain what this is. It essentially looks like kind of like the Towerfall game on PS4. Have 4 different players in one like set arena stage that fills up the whole screen. I guess you get different items and can. It's not really a one-shot kill like Towerfall and like I forget the competitive duck game that I always see people play, YouTubers play online. However, I like kind of the art style. Looks kind of goofy. The over/under we have set is at 65. I feel like it's going to get over maybe slightly. I don't think it's going to be the best version of those games, but I feel like people will enjoy it if you get people to play it. That's going to be the main caveat.
Yeah, I'm going to say under 65. I think it might go at maybe around 60, somewhere around there. I don't know. I mean, from the gameplay I've watched, it looks very basic, I guess you could say. Very simple. So I just don't know if it's going to really catch a lot of people's eyes or something, really like get people to buy it, So I want to say below. Below
say under
65. Under.
Are you smoking
100.
something, Gary? Did you
No.
get hopped up on something before you got on this podcast?
No.
Okay, moving on. Maldita Castilla EX. Nailed it. Curse Castilla is an arcade action platformer full of creatures from medieval myths from Spain and the rest of Europe, as well as from chivalric romances. This game is an extended version of the renowned classic arcade Maldita Castilla. There it is. Originally created by the indie Locomalito.
Jesus.
Fuck. The game looks interesting, not gonna lie. It's got an old-timey look to it. Kind of looks like a Metroidvania game of some kind, throwing a bunch of spears at different enemies. I don't know. Gameplay of it. I've looked at more gameplay of it. It looks like you can get different weapons, fight different bosses. Looks kind of cool.
I think it looks cool. I think it looks old school, but
I don't think it's gonna get. Yeah.
Yeah, I'm gonna say under. I'm gonna say like 70, maybe somewhere around there. I don't think it's gonna fall like below 60 or anything, but I think maybe 65, 70, somewhere around that range is more reasonable.
Ditto, my brother.
So yeah, that is my opinion of this game.
Oh, we're getting crazy, folks. We're getting into close to the 40-minute mark. This is insane. Gary, you got the last two. Take us home.
Moving on to Motor Strike Immortal Legends.
I promise we're not drinking.
A new action racing experience. I'm going to speak like that for the rest of the podcast, like forever. Compete against your friends in a frenzied battle that mixes action and driving, as you've never seen before.
Driving.
But will it mix texting and driving? That is the real question. Anyway,
that reminds me of a game that I saw like YouTubers play. It's basically you're a fruit driving a car, but you're trying to sext other fruits. But you have to look at your phone to do that and send the right messages, like the right puns of messages, and then pull it away and then drive. Sorry, that was a tangent. I apologize.
That sounds like a terrible example for like the set for people. Like, why is that even a game? Anyway, the over/under for this game is a 72. I actually had to take a look at this YouTube Verdia again. I don't know why I keep talking like this, but anyway. Actually, the video is terrible. It really doesn't provide you with much information. So I want to go with under a 72. I'm going to say it places more around 65, 60, 65, somewhere around there. Just makes sense. It just feels right.
It kind of looks like a kart racing game of some kind, where you're launching missiles at other people with NPCs flying. I don't understand the game. Really.
It kind of looks like a game.
There's game aspects to it. You hold a controller, you move left and right. Yeah.
God. So what do you think? Over under?
Under.
Dynamite. All right. Moving onward, since we have nothing to say about that game, to Breakout Defense coming out to Wii U, everybody's favorite console. It actually outsold every console ever made. Not really. Breakout Defense is a breakout game for 1 or 2 players.
Damn!
Play single player against the AI and aim for a high score, or 2-player mode competing against a friend. Unbelievably, the over-under for this game is a 30. A 30, which means that a blind man may have made this game. I don't know. There's also no video, so I wasn't even able to look at it. So I want to say over a 30. I almost feel like it has to. I just don't understand how a 30 is not possible to attain as a actual game studio.
This game was developed by New Game, N-U-G-A-M-E, and according to their Metacritic profile, they developed one game before this called Steel Rivals for the Wii U, and it ended up getting a 19. So I was basing off of that, so I was giving them some extra points to get above it.
Well, wow.
I mean, it looks like a brick-breaking game of some form. If you go on the website, Nintendo website, it looks like a fancy brick-breaking type of game. I don't know how.
All right, well, bold prediction. It's going to place above 30. It's actually going to hit 90, and it's going to rival Naughty Dog in terms of like storytelling and creative prowess. So
next year, the Game Awards, you have people from NU Games coming up receiving best storytelling from a brick-breaking game.
Best score, best storytelling, everything.
Gary, we just ended. I'm going to say over just because I don't think it's going to get to a 30. It's a brick-breaking game, so. Those games are always pretty fun. I feel like it's going to get over. Gary, it comes that time that's late in the podcast because we've been doing this for a long time. You guys are getting a treat today, to say the least. Whew. Okay.
See what happens when I actually look at the trailers. I actually know what the hell to say.
Good for you. I'm proud of you.
So what am I doing?
I'm not dragging you through the episode. What are we doing? Have you not been in the podcast for? This is where we decide.
No, you're asking me what I'm going to do for the rest of the week.
No.
Oh, well, the game. The games.
Follow me, Gary. God damn it. Okay, sorry.
All right.
So before you say the game, let me actually say it. This is a time where we, Adam and Gary, that's you, pick the games that out of all of what we heard would interest us the most. Now you can say your damn game, Gary. Okay, before you jump the damn gun.
Stardew Valley is my choice. It's coming out tomorrow. Well, it's coming out today because you're listening to this today on Tuesday.
The vortex is getting larger and larger. I'm about to get swallowed from the time paradox.
Anyway, the Stardew Valley game. I looked at the trailer. It just caught my eye. The music sounds awesome. Looks pretty cool. I'm actually considering buying it, which is rare because I don't, like I said, usually partake too much in indie games. So, Stardew Valley, probably gonna do it, and that's how I'm living my life. What do you think, Adam?
I want to say Stardew Valley too. I want to say that as my pick. It interests me definitely. I'm sorry, I'm laughing. I made myself laugh. But I also want to give Trove a try because it looks definitely like an MMO that I'd be into. That reminds me, we need to play Elder Scrolls Online together. That's going to be like a running bit. We never play Elder Scrolls Online.
It's a running joke.
Until we become huge, and then we pack stadiums full of people wanting to listen to us, and then we break it out and play it together. Everyone will go nuts. Yeah! I don't know what I'm saying. Stardew Valley and Trove for me. Woo! That's my thought. That's all I have left. But, that's the end of the podcast. Gary, what are you doing before the next time we record?
Well, funny you ask. Well, so tomorrow is going to be an interesting day. Grant, I don't really have a ton of time on my hands right now with school winding down, but tomorrow, obviously, Stardew Valley is releasing. In addition, The Dawning for Destiny is releasing. So I've got some things on the horizon here that I could partake in. So I'm probably going to try to play those games a little bit. Maybe buy Stardew Valley, but play Destiny this week and try to see what that game has to offer. See what the new content's all about. But yeah, I mean, NHL 17 is I've been playing a little bit of NHL 17 lately, but my friend's connection is kind of terrible. So
shots fired.
We'll go
get a better Wi-Fi connection.
Oh, the problem is we keep going up on teams, keep dominating teams, and then we get disconnected in like the third period with 5 minutes left. It's like, what the fuck? I want to win, damn it. So anyway, that's what I'll be doing. What are you doing?
So damn competitive, Gary. But I understand it. What am I doing? Well, fun fact, we'll be recording tomorrow with, I'll be recording with, Allison, well, I'm failing her right now so badly. I'm so sorry. What's the last name? I had it up. Allison Lodato. There it is. She played. She played Final Fantasy 15, which me or Gary didn't do. So tomorrow I'll be recording with her, and then we'll probably be releasing a small little review discussion about the game. I'll probably just be asking her all about it because it sounds like she really enjoyed the game or played the crap out of it, because I saw that she tweeted that she cried over the ending. So I'm sure she liked it, or it was emotional of some kind. So I'm excited to talk to her about it. So be on the lookout for that. And then also be on the lookout for our Friday episode, our normal Friday episode, where we talk about all the news and things that are going on in the video game industry, and we give you our great opinions, because that's why you're here. Am I right, or am I right? But yeah, if you're a new listener, please hit that subscribe button. Please stop. If you're on iTunes and rate us, that'd be fantastic. Please follow us on Twitter at 2JerseyKids, or tweet us questions at 2jerseykids@gmail.com. And then be sure to check out the website, 2jerseykids.com, if you're interested in the whole full list that we are reading off of right now, with the links to the gameplay trailers that we're going off of. Other than that, thank you so much for being here. Say bye to everyone, Gary.
Peace out.
Oh, okay. Well, that was the thing. All right. Peace out, y'all. I just said it too. Bye.
Thanks for watching. Gary and Adam have left the building.